What would you do if you discovered your family was secretly exploiting you for financial gain, all while enabling another sibling's freeloading ways? In today's story, the protagonist's choice is a masterclass in how to handle it. 4 years ago, I, Mark, stepped out of college and back into my childhood home, a seemingly temporary arrangement that became my norm. 2 years later, my younger sister, Chloe, followed suit. Fresh out of her own graduation, we both landed jobs pretty quickly, a stroke of luck many would envy. From my very first paycheck, I started contributing to the household, dutifully handing over $800 a month to my parents as rent. It felt like the right thing to do, a way to show my appreciation and pull my weight. The other night, a hushed but increasingly loud conversation drifted from the living room. My parents, Liam and Sarah, were discussing their financial woes. Hearing their stress, I instinctively offered to help, suggesting I could increase my rent to $900 or even $1,000. Considering it covered utilities, phone, and internet, they were visibly grateful. Up until that moment, it had never even crossed my mind to ask Chloe about her contributions. I just assumed we were both chipping in the same amount. So, almost as an afterthought, I asked, "How much is Chloe paying for rent?" My mom, Sarah, simply said, "Nothing." A long, heavy silence descended upon the room. My mind reeled. "What do you mean she doesn't pay rent?" I finally managed to utter. "My dad, Liam," his face visibly darkening with anger, exclaimed, "Your sister doesn't pay a fucking thing." He then launched into a tirade, explaining how Chloe had recently bought a brand new car and hadn't even bothered to pay for its insurance, forcing him to cover it. She paid for nothing, no rent, no utilities, no phone. For 2 years, she had been living completely rent-free under their roof, while I had been consistently paying my share. This reveals Chloe's greatest fatal flaw, her brazen sense of entitlement, which ultimately sealed her fate. Later that night, the four of us had a tense family meeting. Chloe, predictably, was indignant at the idea of paying rent, especially after hearing how much I was contributing. She grudgingly offered $100. My parents, trying to mediate, suggested she pay $300 and I continue with $800, an offer both Chloe and I instantly rejected. The conversation quickly devolved. Chloe, with a venomous glare, yelled, "Fuck you. I'm trying to live my life." Her words, sharp and dismissive, ignited a furious spark within me. With that, she stormed off to her room, leaving me, Liam, and Sarah in the strained silence of the living room. I was seething. The sheer unfairness of it all was overwhelming. Sarah was upset that everyone was fighting, while Liam was furious at Chloe's refusal to pay and her unwillingness to move out. Both of them, however, seemed to shy away from any real confrontation, fearing further conflict. Before I retreated to my own room, I made my stance clear. "I'm not going to pay any more rent until she does," I stated, my voice firm despite the tremor of anger within me. "And if I do pay rent, I'll pay whatever she's paying." Sarah, desperate, tried to reason. "What if she pays $300 and you pay $800 No. I cut her off, my resolve unyielding. "But Mark, we really need the money," she pleaded. "That's too bad," I retorted, getting up and heading to my room, leaving them to their dilemma. The next morning, Liam walked into my room, his face etched with disapproval. "You're an asshole for not paying rent," he declared, echoing a sentiment I hadn't expected. He lectured me about doing the right thing, about my responsibility. What the hell? Make Chloe pay rent? I shot back, utterly incredulous. Sarah, who had been listening in, chimed in with a frustrated sigh. "You've seen her. She won't listen to us." "Well, that's too bad," I reiterated, my patience wearing thin. Then, Sarah, her voice laced with anger, uttered the words that truly broke something inside me. "Well, we wouldn't have this problem if you didn't try to make your sister pay rent." That was it. The final straw. I slammed my door shut, the sound echoing through the house. As I type this, I can hear my parents in the living room, lamenting about how both their children are rotten and how things were better back in the home country / back in their day when kids listened to their parents. The hypocrisy was astounding. Looking back, the sheer scale of the financial disparity is galling. I've paid about $38,000 in rent over the past 4 years. Meanwhile, Chloe, for the 2 years she's been here, has paid absolutely nothing. My parents are being completely ridiculous. And Chloe is nothing short of a user. They weren't just enabling her. They were actively letting her bleed them dry, while expecting me to pick up the slack. It's as if I'd been subsidizing her car insurance, her phone, her entire lifestyle. The idea that they would happily accept my offer to increase my payments so I could subsidize Chloe living her life is beyond infuriating. It's time for me to move out and live my own adult life. The lesson here is simple: fairness and transparency are essential for healthy family dynamics, especially when it comes to financial responsibilities. What do you think Mark should do next?